Think twice before accepting a counteroffer from your current employer. I'm Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter. People hire me for no BS job search advice and coaching globally because I make the process so much easier for a job search and a variety of other things as well. And in this video, I'm going to share 15 reasons why saying yes to a counteroffer can actually hurt your career long term. So you'll be able to make an informed decision if a counteroffer is really in your best interest. Now, I did an earlier video about reasons to say yes. This is the one about saying no. And let me just start off with a story about a person who received a counteroffer, and this is a time where I was still doing recruiting. And we met afterwards, and she told me about the counteroffer that she'd received, and I listened, and I said, the money is definitely much better than what you had before, but you also talked to me about this, and this, and this, and this, and I'm not hearing anything that addresses that. Did you speak with him about it? No. And they're not changing that, are they? Is the money going to be enough for you? I'm not going to tell you her answer, but I'll simply say there are times to say yes to a counteroffer. And here are reasons to say no. And the first one is the underlying issues that drove you to look for a new job may still be there. Accepting a counteroffer may just be a temporary Band-Aid, and you may find yourself looking to leave again soon because the other issues aren't really dealt with. And the other issues are usually they increase the salary and they change nothing else. Number two is your reasons for wanting to leave were enough that you took the time and effort to look for a new job. And like I said, the factors haven't really changed except for the money. Number three, your current employer may only offer the counteroffer to keep you in place, but doesn't really plan on addressing the underlying issues. In other words, they lie. Four, the current firm may resent you for considering leaving in the first place, which means that they can take it out on you once you remain and create a toxic environment for yourself. Number five, you may not be able to trust your current employer after accepting the offer because they may not follow through. Six, you may find that the grass didn't suddenly turn green where you are after accepting the counter and may regret not leaving in the future. Seven, the employee may decide that the new employer wound up having better opportunities and growth than the current firm. That's really painful to realize after the fact. Next, they may use the counteroffer as an opportunity to find a replacement for you and then let you go, which during recessionary times I've seen happen many, many times. Next, accepting a counter may cause a strain in your work relationships with your manager and colleagues, which can also make it less pleasant for you there. 10, you may have burned some bridges, and your loyalty may come into question going forward. And thus, 11, you may lose some of your leverage in future salary negotiations with your current employer. 12, there's a stigma associated with people who accept a counteroffer. And this plays out when it's time to give a promotion, and they have a choice between rewarding you or the loyal person, the one who didn't put a gun to their head to leave. So remember, it's not just at the time of the counteroffer that this can play out. It can play out for years to come. Number 13, the new job may offer what are better growth prospects and opportunities, and you don't have them anymore because you got seduced to remain. 14, if the employer really valued you, they would have paid you from the outset rather than responding once you put a gun to their head. And lastly, backing out of the acceptance with the new firm at the last minute, as usually happens, after you've resigned, can seem flaky to them. And it may hurt your reputation, not just with the firm, but the individual people. And it's a small world. People remember when they got slighted. And at a later date, and again, this is something I've seen happen many times, this manager remembers you as someone who took a counter and turned down an offer last minute, leaving them holding the bag, and they don't even interview you going forward. Not just simply at that firm, but at any firm that they work at in the future. So there's lots of reasons to say yes. There are many reasons to say no. I covered the no's in this video. And like I said earlier, I'm going to have a link to the yeses in the show notes. So I'm Jeff Altman. I hope you found this helpful. Visit my website, thebiggamehunter.us. Go to the blog and go exploring. There's just a lot there that'll help. And while you're there, if you've got questions for me, you can schedule time for what I call trusted advisor services, where I take questions from people and answer them. You can also get into coaching with me, where I help you in your job search and beyond. Lastly, by the way, find out about my video courses, books, and guides. There is a lot there to help. Lastly, connect with me on LinkedIn at linkedin.com/IN/The Big Game Hunter. Have a terrific day, and most importantly, be great.